Good morning. Be careful the way you treat God's people. Be careful the way you treat God's people. Today's subject, serving a just God. And you'll see in just a moment why I say be careful the way you treat God's people. Let's backtrack and look at last week's lesson. Last week's lesson was talking mainly about Bildad, one of Job's friends who ridiculed him because of the situation he was in, just confronting Job and told Job that he had to have done something utterly wrong and that he needed to repent, and God is doing this because of this and God is doing this because of that. What he did, just flat out just downing Job for what he had done. Well, now we're in the final book of Job, and it starts off Job is having a conversation with God. And this conversation between God and Job talks about even Job's misunderstanding of basically how God operates. Job eventually talks to God and he says that, he repents. Basically, we talk about God. Some people think if you do things this way, God will do this. And if this person does it that way, they'll get the same thing. But that's not how our God operates. We can't confine God to a box. We can't try to act a certain way and do a certain things based on what we think we know about God and think that we have God figured out. That's key right there. We have to stop thinking that we have God figured out, because just when we think we have him figured out, he'll go directly and exactly against what we think he should do. Going more into the lesson toward the latter part of the chapter, remember last week, 3 of Job's friends came to confront him. And Bildad went overboard, just giving it to Job, just downing him basically, trying to make him feel bad in a sense, and thinking that he knows exactly what's going on. Well, for that, we serve a just God. The subject is serving a just God. These friends have been spoken to by God. God is getting ready to restore Job. Now, his restoration begins with the very friends who tried to confront him and make him say something or make him repent against something he hadn't even done. These friends were told to take certain livestock, to take certain things that they own and take them to Job. They were told to take their stuff to Job, basically for Job to restart and for God's blessings to begin back on Job and God's restoration to begin for Job. So the very people who went there to talk about Job and the one who downed him, and either 4 person was in it, the person that went to he was in it too. God instructed them to take Job this. And Job began to flourish again. And it says in verse 10, and the Lord restored the fortunes of Job when he had prayed for his friends. Oh, also in that too, I forgot to, in the middle of that, God, because of what they had done and because they act like they knew God so well, God said, go to Job and have Job to pray for you as well. So in verse 10 it said, and the Lord restored the fortune of Job when he had prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Twice as much as he had before. We serve a just God. Be careful how you treat God's people. Be careful how you treat God's people. You never know when you may end up serving them. You never know. See, don't think we have God figured out. Don't think that you have him figured out. Don't think. You just do the best you can and be the best person you can and try to be better daily than you were. Try to be better today than you were on yesterday. Treat people with love. Treat people with respect. Help people. Be a good person in this world. We need it. We need it. The good that we do when we call ourselves Christians, the light that we have, when we make it shine bright, it glorifies our Father which is in heaven. Be a good representation of him on this day. Have a blessed day.